This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. And let's go down to the sixth. Frank, we're early in the second round. What have you seen so far?
I've seen a lot that can be improved on too, but there's enough good there. That's the main thing. The scorecard doesn't always reflect how you're playing, but a little bit of basics out there. Fairways, greens, maybe knock a couple of putts in. All of a sudden that scorecard looks different.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away.
Even par currently.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Frank, you know full well this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there and you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it. Rich, you know, after you've already made one mistake in the rough, there's a chance he's going to make another.
Just trying to get it back out into the fairway and not make a big number. Well, that's why on this golf course, Frank, there is a premium on hitting fairways.
You're exactly right. Might be also protecting against a fly, but that did anything other than fly. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot.
Frank, this is where a round can get away. You've just knocked it OB.
Yeah, that shot's never going to come back now, so he doesn't want to compile the error.
So now he's playing his third shot, Frank, after hitting it OB.
A good tee shot, though. So see if he can string a couple of good shots together now. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
That one is in the bunker. Now ready for the explosion shot. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side. Hazard?
Maybe wet. He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Has to regroup, playing his 5th shot after hitting it in the water.
Yeah, it's not all lost. Once again, check the yardage, check the wind, start again.
Wouldn't say that was his best, but not bad either. On the green and with a putt. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Well, once you hit double to par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Well, let's hope he can regain some ground here on the back 9. Not his best performance so far today.
But what a good back 9 would do. If he can just even this round out with just 9 good holes, so much can happen.
That's a bit offline in the rough. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet. Every once in a while, you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw. This has to go in the...
Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side, too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to 2.
Number 7, and nothing lucky about this one, Frank, after hitting it in the water.
Really starting to get away from the player right now, and this is, you can just see, starting to implode.
That will be 4 over par on the scorecard for this hole. Time to pick up and move on. Well, we've arrived at our 3rd par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Second shot coming out of the rough here. He'll need to be strong with this. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that. No, that one is gone. OB. Frank, hard to believe this already, the seventh shot.
That is hard to believe, and things aren't looking good. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, you know this game can just take the wind out of your sails. Tough sport.
Everybody would love to drive it down the middle of the fairway, knock it to 10 feet and make the putt. We know it's not always going to happen, but play to your strengths. You might be chipping well. You might knock the odd 30-footer in. You don't have to play perfectly to make a good score.
Well, no one likes it, but it happens in this sport every once in a while, and we just saw it. You make an absolute mess of a hole. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Well, here we are at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the Sunshine State, Florida. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what stands out when you look at the wetlands?
Swampland, the Gators, really it's a good driving golf course, Rich. Not a lot of fairway bunkers in play here at Wetlands, but if you drive the ball well here, you really can get a good score out here at Wetlands. They play the web.com here every now and again, so we've seen some good scores over the years, but always fun to be playing in Florida. Sun on your back, warm golf conditions.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just ride a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Let's go over to the 5th hole. Frank, you know this. You can't win a tournament in the first round, but you can lose it. As we catch up with our featured golfer, they need to turn this around just to make the cut.
And turn it around now. Yeah, that was a little overambitious.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Rich, after you've already made one mistake in the rough, there's a chance he's going to make another.
Just trying to get it back out into the fairway and not make a big number. Not looking good, Frank. So, drop the shot after ending up with the water on that recent miscue. Still going, and going the wrong way. This is the 5th shot after that previous one went into the drink. Going with the lob wedge here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Setting up for an approach shot here. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
And setting up here in the rough. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Now, as they say, 300-yard drive, one shot. Miss a short one, also one shot.
Yeah, that's painful. That really hurts, but the round's not over. Par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
Two choices here, Rich. Lay it up short of the wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it across the wetlands to just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
Yeah, it's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
That was a pretty nasty lie out of the rough. He did the right thing there, Frank. Well, Frank, the wheels are really coming off on this hole.
Yeah, time for some new ones, really. Well, best he's going to do, really, is get away with a double bogey, and that's been realistic.
Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Getting set now over the putt. Been a rocky round. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
This is all feel with a lob wedge. And it is not looking like a good lie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Still not home yet, playing his 4th. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. So just a formality here. Ouch, that hurts. Double bogey. Eighth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad. Rich, I think he's going for a different green. Are we on the wrong hole?
That's not a green in regulation. That's a green in miscalculation.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Settles in over the putt. Time to move on to the next hole. Well, that'll do it for day number 1, and a tough start for some of those who were hoping for better things.
Yeah, slow start, surprisingly, really, and hard to put your finger on why, because we saw a lot of good golf, but now, outside looking in, we'll need to play well tomorrow.